Ramsey Show. You can be intentional about your character. You can have money and a career. You are the hero in your story. Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's the Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. This is the Ramsey Show, where we help people build wealth, do work that they love, and create actual amazing relationships. Ken Coleman, Ramsey personality, host of the Ken Coleman Show, where he helps people find and do work that they love every day, is my co-host today. #1 best-selling author, Ramsey personality. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Jackson starts the hour off in Tampa. Hey, Jackson, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Better than we deserve. What's up?
Yeah, so my wife and I have never really used an actual budget. We've always just kind of we've got a fairly high income. We spend what we want, and then I've got all of my investments and everything on autopilot. And so it's sort of just, we just kind of float. And every so often I have to pause an investment or two to cash flow something. But for the most part, it seems to work. But I feel like we're getting a little bit financially flabby as we are making a little bit more income. And so I'm just curious, if an income is kind of goes up and down based on seasons and things like that, how do you budget? Do you budget for the future, or the money that's coming in for that month, or the money that came in the past month?
Okay, great question. So let me back into this and start with your last question first. You always are predicting this coming month, and your job there is to give every dollar of this coming month's income an assignment. Every dollar has a name. That's why we named our app Every Dollar. And it has become the world's best budgeting app in the process, so you might want to try it. But but what you're doing is you're assigning, it's called zero-based budgeting, and we're predicting our income for the month. Now, at the beginning of a month, 24 hours, 48 hours before the month begins, how accurately can you predict that month's income?
It's tough because what we do is you run an Airbnb business, and so
you got bookings. You got bookings, or you don't. It's the first of the month.
We do have bookings, but it can increase.
It can, but the vast majority of your stuff's already on the books before the month begins, dude.
I would disagree with you on that.
So you're saying everybody on Airbnb rents last minute?
No, not everybody, but I would say 50% of the people do.
Really?
I could, yeah.
I'm shocked.
It's pretty wild. We've been doing it for about 2 years. That's kind of what we see.
Okay. And that's your whole income?
No, sir. I also have a part-time job where I bring in about $55,000.
Okay, so that's predictable, and 50% of the Airbnb is predictable, and the other 50% is somewhat predictable, just based on patterns.
Yeah.
Like you can say this April, last May, this May generally does this, versus February might be different. Because you're probably, you're in Tampa, Florida, so you probably got some seasonality to the stuff, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so you can say this month, I've already got this much on the books, and of the portion that's not on the books, I can predict something. So you can get pretty close. You get pretty close to your income. So give every dollar an assignment. Now, the second thing I would tell you is this. If you hired someone and their job was to manage money for you, and they managed money for you the way you've been managing money for you, you would fire them.
Oh, for sure. That's why I'm looking to start.
All right. So you need to get detailed, because like I just came out of budget meetings a few minutes ago here at Ramsey, and I was just looking at the budgets of the different departments and the different profit and loss areas, and they're supposed to predict their revenue, and they're supposed to predict their expenses, those people that are running those areas. And if they came in and said, well, I just kind of got a feeling, I would fire their butt after a while, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so it just wouldn't work that way. So that's the thing. So you're smart to get on top of this. So start treating your personal finances like a business in that sense. Of it's my job, and I look at it as a Christian. I go, it's my job to manage God's resources, and if I am trustworthy with those resources, I'm worthy of trust based on my diligence. The diligent will prosper. Those who are faithful with the little things will be given more to manage. And so you'll start to dial this in and really get it right. And Ken, it makes a big difference when you've got that done as far as the way you feel.
Oh, there's no question about it. And the thing that I would say to Jackson is that budgeting is a skill. You learn to do it better over time. I would start with conservative budgeting. A lot of people get themselves in a lot of emotional trouble and a lot of financial trouble when they're too aggressive on their budget. I would be very conservative, budget way less than you think, and learn this process and really dive it in month to month, certainly when it's a business, because it is a skill that you acquire over time as you begin to analyze the numbers, behaviors, the market, and you're going, okay.
Well, every time you miss it, you get a little better at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when you're just doing your own personal budget, it takes about 3 cycles,
That's
about
right.
90 days to get it down. Your first month, you suck.
Yeah, and embrace that.
Yeah.
Embrace it. It's going to be a process.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
It's going to work.
Not going to be easy. That's a good thing. And you know what? That brings up a good point, too, being conservative. Now, that means if you're predicting revenue, like in his case, okay, that 50% that's not booked, we're not going to over-predict that and be zealous, but we want to be as accurate as we can. The second thing, in your personal budget, everyone out there, here's one thing we've told people for years in Financial Peace University, and it's very true. You spend more on food than you think you do.
That's true.
And so whatever you thought you were spending on food, when you do your first budget, you're wrong. Mm-hmm. You're going to determine, and if you put, we live on $200. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's just bull.
By the way, it's really easy to do this when you have 2 teenage boys, I'm learning.
Yeah.
14 and 16, Dave. I'm in uncharted territory.
Are they causing all the food shortage personally?
I would say the Coleman family, there's a high rate of food
consumption.
Oh, man, these kids. I forgot what my brother and I did to my mom and dad. Now I'm learning. It's like they have tapeworms.
I'm amazed that people have dialed this in, that they think they truly believe they're living on less than they really are on what you're spending. And another good thing to do with that food thing, because it'll eat your lunch, no pun intended, it is separate when you're first starting out, and this is not doing Jackson's question, it's just budgeting in general. Separate your restaurants and your grocery store.
Yes.
Because that'll give you a wake-up call on the restaurants. Mm-hmm. Like, we had one old boy who came in years ago, country boy, and he's sitting there in a small group, and we're having a discussion. He goes, we figured out where our retirement's been going. We've been eating it. So, it was going to the restaurants. I mean, he's $1,200 a month in restaurants that guy was spending. And that was a long time ago that story happened. And, that's where why I've got no money in my kids' college fund? Yeah, I've been going out to eat every freaking night. And because I'm tired. Yeah. There's all these reasons. But so separate restaurants so you actually get a real picture of what you're doing there and food, and then predict as accurately as you can. And Jackson, start treating this like it's a business and run it well. You have the ability to do that, sir. This is The Ramsey Show. Look, I love real estate, and I want you to have a house, but I don't want a house to have you. That's why you need to get in touch with Churchill Mortgage to make sure you do this right. These guys are awesome. They'll help you get on a smarter mortgage plan because they're committed to doing what's right for you. That means they check in every year with free consultations to help you stay on the right plan. They show you how to save money and interest so you can build wealth faster. They walk you through the total cost of your loan so you can make the best choice. Basically, they care. That's why we call them Ramsey Trusted. You can achieve debt-free home ownership, and Churchill is here to help. Go to their site, churchillmortgage.com/Ramsey, to start your approval or get more information. Ken Coleman, Ramsey Personality, is my co-host today, #1 best-selling author. So, Ken, when you're doing your show, what's the most common career question you are asked these days?
It's always around the idea of, I think I know, or I know where I want to go, but I'm not sure how to get there. How do I scale that mountaintop, that professional pinnacle? That's generally what people are looking for.
Yeah, the path.
Yeah, clear path.
I need a way to get there.
Yeah, a lot of fear and doubt in that question.
Yeah, I know I need to go over there, but I don't know the map.
That's right.
Yeah. So, guys, I need everyone to listen very carefully. We've got a very unique opportunity where you can have some focused time with Ken and ask him your question. Normally in a given week, we're filtering through hundreds of thousands of calls. Hard to get them all in. Obviously, he can't take that many on the show. This is an opportunity to, get a smaller group. We're going to have about 900 folks in a live stream Q&A. And that way everybody doesn't participate, but it is going to be smaller. You're going to have more access. You'll be able to plug in, and much more intimate than hundreds of thousands, obviously, that you're going through. So we're going to do a Q&A Zoom call with Ken, and it's an exclusive live stream group Q&A. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun, because what happens is we see that there's a lot of buckets around these questions that are easier for people to kind of lean into as I answer, tens and tens of questions here on this, and you get to lean in and take notes, and we're really, again, addressing this idea of, can I make the money that I desire and also experience meaning and impact? That's what people want. We want to make a living, but we also want to make a difference, and that's what we're going to be driving in on, helping people make progress to move where they want to go.
So if you want to jump in on this much, much smaller Zoom situation, as I said, what we're going to do is limit it to the first 900 people. There's no purchase necessary. We just want you to go to RamseySolutions.com/Ken. Use the promo code Ken. The first 900 to do that will be part of the Zoom call. So one more time, Ken's going to be doing a Zoom free. No purchases necessary to sign up for it. No salesman will call. All you got to do is go to the website, RamseySolutions.com/Ken. Use the promo code Ken. The first 900 people to do that, starting right now, ready, set, go, are going to be in there, and you'll get access to this Q&A Zoom, and it's going to be, again, a much smaller setting, much more intimate than just the entire freaking world on the radio show.
That's right. It takes the pressure off, right? You can relax a little bit in your question and get coached up without the on-air performance, which is hard for people.
And again, it's a zero cost. So just jump in. The first 900 of you, RamseySolutions.com/Ken. Use the promo code Ken, and we will cut it off there. We don't want thousands and thousands of people in this thing. It's just going to be a few hundred, and so jump in there and right quick and get that done. Dan's in Hartford, Connecticut. Dan, welcome to the Ramsey Show. What's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
Big fan of you, Dave. I've read 2 of your books, Financial Peace and Total Money Makeover. I'm on Cheerleaders right now. I'm about halfway through.
Wow.
I'm self-employed myself. And I got a quick question for you. In being self-employed, and I make contributions to my Roth and to my SEP every month. I know naturally one of the biggest things I think a lot of people fear is the market constantly going up and down, up and down. And I've gotten into, I think, the bad habit of checking my portfolio every morning.
Okay.
And I kind of wanted to kind of get your take, any tips or feedback on having the mindset of just not focusing on that as much every day and kind of just taking a step back from it. It's one of the hardest challenges I have as a business owner, as a person. Only debt I have right now is my mortgage. But the market is constantly, as you guys know, going up and down. And it's kind of created a sense of uneasiness for me. So I just want to kind of get your take on my mindset on how to be okay with that.
That's a really good question. I like that question. I think a lot of people struggle with this. I kind of went through the same thing in a different area. When the book Entree Leadership came out years ago is when I got on Twitter. Twitter was fairly new, and I jumped on, and Twitter was fun in those days. We would just spar back and forth. We'd have some fun. Occasionally you get a troll and we just block them. Or first we make fun of them and then we block them. But, I had a lot of fun with it. But Twitter over the years has just deteriorated, and it's basically a septic tank now. It's a disaster. And so, but I got in the habit in those days of checking Twitter my tweet deck with all mentions of Dave Ramsey, I would check it every morning while I was drinking coffee. And, when it wasn't bad, that wasn't bad. But when it was bad, I had to quit. I had to take it off my computer. I don't even look at Twitter anymore because it's all nastiness. I don't read crap every day and expect my brain to be good. That's one example that comes to mind. Second example that comes to mind is about 3.5 years ago, my wife decided I was going to learn how to play golf, and now I'm kind of into it, and I suck. And so I have figured out the secret to golf, though. The secret to happiness is low expectations. Now, so if you don't expect much, then it ain't bad, So I'm not all torqued out about it. And in that case, let's modify that a little bit for your situation and call it this.
Yep.
Your expectation is not to get rich every morning. Your expectation is to ride this investment for 10 or 20 years, correct?
Right.
So quit using a tool that doesn't match your expectation. Your tool is you're checking it every morning as if you're a freaking day trader. And you're not a day trader.
Much, yeah.
You're not a day trader. Right. You're a long-term investor. So quit checking it every morning because the methodology you're using doesn't match with your goal.
Okay.
I love the golf analogy. I got to jump on this. Dan, he took us there. Let me tell you something. First of all, he doesn't suck.
Yes, he does.
And he's not kind of into it. He's obsessed, as any golfer really is when he puts the time into it. So I'm going to stay with this analogy.
Yep.
So for the golfer, and I'm now getting to where Dave was about 2 years ago. And I played yesterday.
The obsessed part?
Yeah, I practiced for an hour and a half, and then I went and played by myself. And here's what I know. When I have a bad hole, Dan, I forget it. It's the next tee box.
Okay.
You got to forget it and move on. Any golfer will tell you that. And the goal for me is not to have a great round yesterday, because that's not realistic expectations, as Dave said. The goal for me is to be able to play. I'm 47. I want to play when I'm 67, 77, and I want to be better. So this is a long-term deal. And investing, as well as getting good at anything or mastering anything, you have to have the long view, not the short view. And the emotions are tied to the temporary.
Yeah, you're putting trash in your brain because you're reading these things. I don't look at mine every morning, because I don't have an expectation of what it's going to do today. I couldn't care less what it's going to do today. All I care is what it does over 5 years, what it does over 10 years. I mean, I wonder about the market occasionally because a bunch of you people bring it up. But generally speaking, I'm betting that the U.S. economy and the best and brightest companies in the U.S. are going to be worth more 20 years from today than they are now.
By the way, there's a track record based on that, too. I mean,
it's 100%.
Yeah.
100% of the time that if you leave it alone 20 years, you made money. In the stock market's history, there's no 20-year period of time ever, including the Great Depression, including 08, 09, 07, whatever it was, and including, you can look at any consecutive 20-year period of time, 100% of them made money. And all you're saying is Home Depot, Dell, Apple, McDonald's and Coca-Cola, and so on are going to, as a group, be worth more 20 years from now than they are today. Are they going to be worth more in the morning? I don't know what Finland is going to do that's going to affect the economy this morning.
Nothing.
Well, they might have. I just don't know, and I don't care because I'm thinking long term.
Yeah.
And so, Dan, that you get if you're going to think long term, use a reporting system that is looking out long term. Don't use a reporting system that's every morning. You're driving yourself nuts. Take that off. Take that little button off your computer. It's right up there in your taskbar in your favorites. Go in there right now and click remove. Click delete to where it's harder to go. I don't have my mutual funds in my taskbar. They're not in my favorites. And neither is Twitter, by the way. The Golf Channel might be. No, I'm kidding. This is The Ramsey Show.
We were drawn to Christian Healthcare Ministries because we both had young families and we wanted to have more children. And we had also just started a real estate company and needed to find healthcare coverage that would meet our needs. We were attracted to CHM because of its low monthly costs and the ability to negotiate medical costs down.
Established in 1981 and accredited by the Better Business Bureau, CHM is here to meet the needs of your growing family or small business. Check us out at chministries.org/budget.
We absolutely believe in it.
Ken Coleman, Ramsey Personality, is my co-host today as we talk about your life and your money. It's a free call, 888-825-5225. Brandon and Brooke are with us in Mobile, Alabama. Says on my screen you guys are debt-free. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Cool. How much have you paid off?
$95,000.
Wow. How long did that take?
25 months.
12 months. Good. And your range?
25.
I'm sorry, say again?
25 months.
25 months. I misunderstood. I'm sorry. Okay. And your range of income during that time?
Around $123,000.
Cool. What do y'all do for a living?
Brandon's a police officer, and then I am a secretary and sales assistant for a hurricane shutter business.
Okay, cool. What kind of debt was your $95,000?
So we had $37,000 in student loans. We had $16,000 in credit card debt, $6,000 with a car loan, and the additional was our mortgage.
Oh, you paid off your house and everything.
We sure did.
Weird people. How old are you two?
I am 34 years old.
I'm 29.
With a paid-for house? What's this house worth?
It's worth $250,000.
You guys are so weird.
Oh, we know.
I love you. You're awesome. Well done. Well done. Okay, so how long you been married?
We just got married in July of last year.
Okay, so you started working on this while you were two singles.
Yeah, well, we actually started it when we started dating. It was around the same time we started our debt journey.
Okay, I got to hear this story. How'd this happen?
So Brandon has always been more of a better with money and saving money, and I was not. I was the free spirit, I guess you could call us. He was the nerd, and I was more of the free spirit. And so we started dating, and I had some debt. And so he says, well, I got to tell you about Dave Ramsey. And I said, okay. And so he's like, you got to read his books. I read his book. And so we just talked about it, and he said, we've got to be on the same page financially. And so we just started working on it together and encouraged each other through the process as we were dating.
She makes it sound so sweet and so easy.
Oh, yeah, that was super simple.
Sounds like sweet tea.
Yeah.
That can't be that easy. It can't be that easy. Y'all had to have some kind of a fight about it.
We really didn't. I was ready to get out of the debt. I'd always, when I turned 18, it was go get a credit card because you felt like that was what you had to do. And so I was tired of living in that cycle where you pay it off and you rack it back up. And so I was tired of living in the debt, and I was ready to be free from it. And so we were both on the same page, and we just used that to encourage each other throughout the process.
And then when you get married, it goes into high gear, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just curious, how much of the 25 months were you guys dating versus married?
So we started dating in January of 2020, and then we got married last July. So we dated for roughly, I guess it was about a year and a half. Somewhere in there.
Wow, and I'm just curious how we understand now that it was pretty smooth sailing as far as emotional and communication, but how did you two help each other on your separate debts, yet still kind of partnering up together? I'm curious how that worked.
So what we did was we wrote out our debts. You only had the the mortgage. He had the house before we got together, and so I had more of the debt. I had more debt coming into the relationship, and so what we did was I listed out my debts. We found a debt. It's called a Candyland debt chart, and so we printed it out and laminated them and had them on the fridge. And every time we would put money, we each had our own charts, and every time we would put money towards debt while we were dating, we would color in blocks to keep us on track as to how much we were paying off.
Very cool. Good for you guys. How's it feel to be 100% free and newly married?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Very cool. Very cool. And I see a couple of little boys in the, I think it was 2 little boys in the YouTube pictures we saw popping up. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Those are mine from my first marriage. Bentley is 7, and then Beckham is 6. And then we have a new addition coming at the beginning of July.
Oh.
All right. Very cool. Good, good. So the boys were in on all this, I assume.
They were, and we actually, since we started this whole process, Brandon wanted to get them involved so that they can learn from a young age the things that we didn't know as kids. And so we read the Smart Money, Smart Kids book, and we have currently got them on the chore/envelope system. And we've also started teaching them about taxes, budgeting, and saving.
Oh, man. You guys this is a complete change of everything. Way to go, guys. Very well done. You've changed your whole family tree.
Yeah, they're super excited. We told them, they were with us during the whole paying off debt, and we told them that once everything got paid off, we were going to take a trip to Disney. So we're going to Disney in November.
All right. There we go. With a new baby, of course.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You guys are fun. Very, very well done. I'm so proud of you. Great job. What do you tell people the key to getting out of debt is?
Just don't give up. I know it sounds cliche, but don't. Surround yourself with positive people who will encourage you, because we had a lot of people that kind of rolled their eyes at us when we didn't want to spend extra money, or we were watching what we were spending to put towards debt. And I would also tell people to do the debt snowball. I tell people that all the time. It works. Don't question it. Just do it. And then just find ways to get creative on saving money. I mean, we were dating during a lot of this, and so, yeah, it would have been fun to go do these expensive things, but we were also trying to pay off debt, so we had to find creative ways for date night.
Yeah, very cool. Good job, y'all. Well done. Well done. What was the toughest thing you went through?
I think the hardest part for me was just at the very beginning, coming to terms, basically getting head on with my debts and writing them all out and accepting, like, you've got these debts, you've got to get control of it. And then being transparent with this guy that I just started a relationship with and hoping he wasn't going to just run the other way. So I think that was the hardest part for me, and just changing my mindset, getting into a new mindset of, you really do, you've got to completely turn your life around and make the change, or it will consistently be like this the rest of your life.
Brandon, I don't think you were running anywhere.
No, I was not. You had me at the very beginning.
Not a chance. Well done, you guys. We got a copy of Baby Steps Millionaires for you. That's the next chapter in your story for sure. And also a copy of Total Money Makeover for you to give away. And we also are going to throw in Financial Peace University and Every Dollar in a Ramsey Plus membership, a 1-year membership free. We're going to send that to you, and if you don't need it yourself, you can give away any of these items and pay it forward and help somebody else out. Certainly the Total Money Makeover book is for that, to help somebody else and get moving in the right direction. So way to go, you guys. Very, very, very well done. All right, Brandon and Brooke in Mobile, Alabama. $95,000 paid off in 25 months, making $123,000. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Got the boys involved. I love it. Woo! That's how it's done. Oh, man. The correlation between this and changing your family tree is all the indicators are there. They're going to continue on, because it wasn't just merely a single item that they worked on the debt. They transformed everything. The way they're looking at it, transformed the boys, everything. Everything's changed. And that means they're going to go on and be baby steps millionaires.
Yeah.
This is the Ramsey Show. Ken Coleman, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author of the book Paycheck to Purpose, is my co-host today. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Weston's in Phoenix. Hi, Weston. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Sure. What's up?
So I am really excited getting married to the woman of my dreams in September. And we are going to rent for the first year of marriage. However, looking at buying property instead of buying a house. And the reason being, my dad is a general contractor, so we have a general contracting license we can use. I've had experience in the construction industry. I am also self-employed, so I have autonomy to be able to work on the house a little bit differently than anybody else. But when it comes to the financial side, if we buy land, we can't get a traditional financing on it. Banks don't like to lend on raw land. So what I'm trying to figure out is should we pull from, and we have $32,000 in cash reserves, starting to save for the property. However, looking about $100,000 or more to buy property.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. What do you make a year?
So combined income, we will make about $105,000 a year.
Oh, cool. Okay, you can get a credit union loan you $100,000 or loan you $50,000 on a $100,000 property. You can get 50% down, 25% down, somewhere in there, and get somebody to loan it. Bank of America doesn't do it, but Bank of America is stupid. Don't do business with them anyway.
Okay, so
go to your local credit union, your small town bank. Find somebody like that, a local or regional bank, but primarily, or if you can get a community bank or a credit union, that's your best bet. But they'll loan money on raw land. But again, they're going to want 50% down, 40% down, something like that.
Well, that's kind of the problem, because we may. When I say 100,000, that's probably a little bit low. The housing market and land market here in Phoenix, and
well, then take your time. If this is the route you want to go, it may just take you a little while to save up the down payment, because it's going to be a substantial down payment.
My question is would it be better to take, my fiance has a Roth with $15,000, which we could take $10,000 out.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
Okay, that's a bad idea. Even if the cost of capital is going to be more expensive than the rate of return we could get on that.
That Roth is going to grow completely tax-free, and you're in your 20s. You're going to cost yourself millions of dollars screwing around with your Roth, what it would turn into when you're in your 60s.
Okay, so that's a bad idea.
It's a really bad idea. Yeah, leave your Roth alone and save up and pay cash for it. I'll add to this, okay, just as a practical thing. I've built a couple of houses in the last few years, or in the last 15 years, I guess. I built 2 houses. And we were already married many years and had already experienced several marital storms where we almost killed each other prior to trying to build a house together. And in other words, we have a strong marriage and a seasoned marriage that's been tested, battle tested, and we still got in some major fights building those houses. So it's a stress on your marriage. or she's going to do something really stupid, which is say nothing and let you do whatever you want to do. And that's a dumb idea. And she might do that as a young wife. Old wives seldom do that. So, but yeah, I might buy something and live in it and make the build my house on a piece of land the second step. If I were in your shoes, just to make sure you guys are on the right page and all this kind of thing. I don't doubt that you and your dad know how to build a house. That's not, and that you've got access to time to work on it. I think all that analysis is correct. I'm a little bit afraid of, of a young, tender marriage and the damage it could do to build a house together. You can either run over her and she gives nothing and you just go build whatever you want to build, which is a bad idea, or you're going to go through some stress, which is a bad idea. So building a house together it's just not always pleasant, unless one of you just says, whatever you want to do, honey, which is also dumb. And Sharon's like, well, you're not going to let me. I'm not going to let you. I haven't ever let you do anything.
Yeah, right.
That isn't even how your brain works, honey.
That's the truth.
She isn't waiting on me to give her permission. So, but yeah, what she's saying is you won't go along with what I wanted. That's what she's saying.
Right.
So it can really, it's tough enough just to pick out a house together, but building one is stressful.
Yeah, I think about that and I go, you start thinking about the early parts of life and maybe building a house, forget the relational strain for a moment, but just what you want. There's something to be said for living in a house first before you build a house. There's some just practical stuff. What you think you want initially may not be what you want 5 to 7 years from now.
Yeah, and things change. That's for sure. Dreams change. Sharon's with us in Washington, D.C. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Sharon?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. How are you?
Oh, wow. Great. I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. How can we help?
Well, I've been on a job. I'm 56 years old, and I got a new job in 2020, and it just has not been what I thought it would be. So I went on and started applying for new jobs. I really wanted to get another job in addition because sometimes, just having another job that you can do makes you put up with the other one. Well, plus I wanted a bigger shovel. So I applied for a job, and I did accept it. It's through an agency, though, so it's not full-time. It's contract to hire. Now that is they send me the paperwork, employee packet, etc. Something made me want to just, let me check out the company that I am going to be working for. I went through 2 interviews with them, by the way, and it was fine. So they wanted to hire me. But I said, let me start looking into them a little bit more because they've only been for 20 years, that company. That is, and also, when I pulled them up again, it had all these bad ratings, and it had bad ratings on Yelp and Google and Glassdoor and Better Business Bureau.
Glassdoor is absolute crap. Nobody they don't screen anything. Anyone can write anything on there, even if they never worked for the company. They don't check anything. They don't source any of it. It's complete crap.
Okay. Well, I checked the company I currently work for too, and their ratings weren't that bad. So, but anyway, now I'm not sure if I'm just getting cold feet or what. But then I also looked to. I said, well, how were their earnings last year? So when you can look up these things online, and it appears that they have lost quite a percentage from the previous year. And the CEO said they were disappointed and everything. So now I'm wondering, oh, my gosh, what kind of company am I signing up for? And so I'm kind of wondering what I should do. I have a queasy feeling when I started seeing all of this.
Oh, you got to listen to that, Sharon. You got to listen to that. But this is part-time. This is a part-time deal, correct?
No, this is no, it would be a full-time job.
Oh, so you're looking at
more. I'd be making more on an hourly because it's contract hire. So I still get some benefits like insurance from the agency, but it's contract to hire, and so I get $75 an hour. So it comes about $145.
All right. Well, here's the
slightly
deal.
higher than my full-time job with benefits.
You need to run these doubts out and get them out of your head and write these doubts down. And it's not just, well, I heard bad stuff on these websites. You got to do a little bit more research. You're right on the cusp of this, but I would trust your gut. That gut feeling, neuroscience has found out that that's a real thing. That's your brain telling your body, stop. I would listen to the doubts. I would run them out and get real evidence, and then I would be okay saying pass. Just because it's a better paying job doesn't mean it's the right job for you.
And never make an employment decision based on anything on Glassdoor.
Yeah, right.
This is the Ramsey Show.
Hey folks, Ken Coleman here. Did you know The Ramsey Show is one of the most popular podcasts in the world? Get your daily dose of advice on life and money. Check out all of our shows from the Ramsey Network wherever you listen to podcasts.
This is The Ramsey Show. You can be intentional about your character. You can have money and a career. You are the hero in your story. Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's The Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host, Ken Coleman, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author of the book Paycheck to Purpose, is my co-host today. We help people build wealth, do work that they love, and create actual amazing relationships. Thanks for hanging out. Open phones again, 888-825-5225. Starting this hour off is Jay in Los Angeles. Hi, Jay. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm well. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I'm kind of new to your teachings, but I'm actually not far off. Like when I look through like your steps, I'm very close, like baby step adjacent. I'm right there.
Okay.
But I was working on baby step 6 before I kind of got locked into what everything you were saying. But just to kind of walk it back a couple, I've had 15% going into my retirement already, but I'm not sure the percentages I have going in, I'm not sure if it makes sense. So my company does a regular 401k, and they also do a Roth 401k. I randomly just had like 12% going into the regular when they also do the 5% match, and I had 3% going into the Roth. And I have no idea if that makes sense or if I should change that. So I just kind of want to get your feedback on that.
Okay. Well, let's just use some round numbers, okay? If you were going to, as an example, compare putting 15% of your income into traditional versus 15% of your income into Roth, okay? It takes more of your income to put 15% into Roth because it's after tax, but you're still putting the same amount of dollars in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But it's technically after tax, so you're going to have, more of a tax bill, in other words, by doing the Roth. But if you said, okay, I'm going to put $15,000 because I make $100,000 into a traditional, or I'm going to put $15,000 into a Roth. Roth is always better because it's going to grow 100% tax-free. And when you get to retirement, 95%, 97% of what is in your account will be growth. It will not be what you put in. And so that growth being taxable or being tax-free is a big deal, meaning if you got like $2 million in your 401k at retirement, you're going to have a $500,000 tax bill on that traditional and a zero tax bill on that Roth. So the way we figured out the math is this. In actual fact, not in theory, the match is the best thing you can do, but very few people have 100% match. Most people that have a 401k have some kind of match. So you take the match first because that's a 100% rate of return on your money instantaneously. Then beyond that, I'm going to do Roth because it grows tax-free. If I run out of Roth and I've still not gotten my 15% in, match and Roth, then I'm going to do traditional because you want that tax-free growth is better than tax-deferred growth to the tune of $250,000 per million, which is a big deal. It's a lot of money. So that word Roth is worth, $100,000 a letter, something like that.
Oh, I've never even thought about it that way.
I mean, I wish if I was going to have something named after me, Senator William Roth.
Yes.
They got that legislation passed. What a wonderful thing to have named after you. Yeah. That people actually got to keep their freaking money. And it's got your name on it. That's a pretty cool thing. It's one of the few deals out of the federal government. And it's an irony that the irony of it is we get to keep our money that we earned, and that's a deal.
Yeah, and we're grateful for it.
And we're supposed to go, woo, that's a deal. Yeah, it is a deal. But, I mean, and, of course, Senator Roth has passed away. But what a wonderful legacy to have something that positive named after you. Debbie is with us. Debbie is in Eugene, Oregon. Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Ramsey. Hope you're doing better than you deserve.
Always. If you don't believe me, ask people. How can I help?
Thank you for taking my call. I have a husband who has a gambling problem, and just can't overlook it anymore, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm new to your program. I actually found you through him, and haven't started the baby steps yet, but I have been watching as much as I possibly can on shows, especially pertaining to gambling, on YouTube. And
I'm sorry.
Other than
how long y'all been married, hon?
36 years.
Okay. Well, there are a lot of problems here, and I'm not going to give you a lot of good news, but I'm going to give you a lot of truth, okay?
Okay.
I've worked with addicts my entire career because 100% of addicts have financial problems. That's truth number one. And the truth number two is you cannot fix enough, hide enough, twist enough to beat this. The gambling addiction's going to win. You can't beat it. Okay.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah. You can't. How do I budget when he's a gambling addict? You can't. How do I have retirement? How do I build wealth? You can't. Because the addiction feeds and sucks the blood out of everything in the house. And whatever the addiction is, in this case, gambling. So what I'm telling you is that you really only have one option for a prosperous future. And that is to address the addiction with him and demand that he get some help. And if he doesn't, then he is making the choice to separate himself from you.
Okay.
Because there's nothing you can do that is big enough, powerful enough to offset the amount of stupid an addict can do. And he's scared, he's broken, he's stuck. And you say, I love you, I'll walk with you, but we're going to walk out of this. We're not going to walk along acting like these sitting here. Because 100% of the time, 5 to 10 years from now, you're going to have lost everything. Your house, all your retirement, your kids' college fund. You're going to get lied to. You're going to be manipulated. It's going to get worse or it's going to get better. And that depends on you and on the choices he makes from today forward. And so, are you guys by chance plugged into a good church?
I am. He's not. He refuses.
Yeah.
And we have talked about help. You're right. He is broken. He is scared.
Yeah.
But he refuses to get help of any kind. And years ago, we tried Gambling Anonymous, and he only learned
Gamblers Anonymous works. It works. And treatment with a counselor works. Doing nothing doesn't work. And if it's my spouse, I'm going to say, I'm going to walk with you, but I'm walking out the door if you don't fix this, if we don't go to work on it. Because, honey, it ain't going to be anything else. There's no middle ground with these guys. If you're looking for ways to update your home without blowing the budget, I've got it. For years, I've been telling you about our friends at Blinds.com. Blinds.com makes it simple to shop top quality blinds, shades, and interior shutters from home with easy online ordering and free shipping. With Blinds.com, there's no need to renovate your entire home. Just change out what's on your windows with upscale choices like faux wood blinds, cellular, and roller shades, or even outdoor shades. Plus, Blinds.com guarantees the perfect fit, whether you do it yourself or you have them measure and install everything for you. Shop their latest looks and see how much you can save at Blinds.com today. The easy and affordable way to make your home more beautiful is Blinds.com. It's officially event week. We are so excited. We'll be doing our Building Wealth Live event this Thursday in Orlando. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, what are you waiting for? We want you to come see us. There's going to be over 3,000 folks there, completely jam-packed, almost sold out. Right at the edge. We just came back a couple weeks ago from doing one of these in Las Vegas. It was a lot of fun, about 3,000 folks at that. And it's going to be Ken Coleman, Dr. John Deloney, George Camel, Rachel Cruz, and me. Ken and John will be doing a bonus session about work and about relationships to kick it off. And then we'll do the main event that'll feature all of us. And we want you to be there. We're going to be talking to you about really building wealth in this crazy world. All the stuff that's going on, everybody's got an opinion out there, but we're going to walk you through exactly what millionaires do, not theory, proven points of data of exactly what to do to build wealth. The quickest, easiest way to become a baby steps millionaire. The one that actually works, in other words. See, if you have to do it over and over again, it takes longer. I know, because I lost everything once and got the opportunity to start again. I'm so stupid, I've done it twice. So there you go, this millionaire stuff. So Orlando this Thursday, and then in the fall we'll be in Phoenix, Sacramento, Minneapolis, and San Antonio. Those are all 75% sold out already. Now, you can get your tickets for $25 each. You can get a 4-pack of tickets starting as low as $60. Bring your friends. It's going to be amazing. So you and your spouse, bring another couple with you. It's only $15 a head. I mean, come on. Seriously. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be signing books and taking pictures and everything afterward. Building Wealth this Thursday in Orlando. The crowd in Orlando, Ken, is going to have to get with it to keep up with the folks in Vegas. They were on fire.
It really was an electric room. All of our events are a lot of fun. You don't just get equipped. It's an entertaining night. And you know what? It was so fun is after the event to get out in the lobby and see people, shake hands, high five, sign books, take pictures. It was wonderful just to see people again, meet them where they are, because it's fun to speak to them, but it's really fun to meet them as well. And that's a special feature as well.
You know, it turns out that we do shake hands now.
Yeah, we always did. But for the record, we never stopped.
I know, but people.
Oh, yeah, people. Yeah, and everybody's...
People,
yeah.
You know, and you know, we're like normal human beings and everything. Yeah. And so, you know, I remember a thought a couple of years ago. People said, well, we'll never shake hands again. I said, well, I don't know about that. I might go further and shake your hand. I might just hug you.
Yes.
Completely make sure that you get grossed out. But,
yeah, that's right.
But so I mean, human beings need other human beings, and we need connectivity. We need presence, and there's something about being at a concert that's different than listening to the album. There's something about being at one of these events that's different than reading the book or listening to the radio show. And so come on out. It inspires you. It moves you along the process, helps you move in the right direction. And that's what we want to do. Open phones here at 888-825-5225. Will is in Richmond, Virginia. Hi, Will. How are you?
Hi, Dave and Ken. How y'all doing today?
Better than we deserve, sir. What's up?
Awesome. Well, thanks to your program, we are in baby step 7, but I am going through an extended medical treatment. My wife's job is a 1099 job with no retirement benefits, and I can't do my regular job now, so I can't contribute to my 401k. We do have some income, but we're trying to figure out if we should continue to contribute to our Roth IRAs or just keep the money in cash in case this treatment doesn't work out. I'm trying to minimize any difficulty that my wife and kids would end up having or possibly having accessing the money in my retirement in case the worst happens. What's your thoughts?
Wow. What's wrong, Will? What are you getting treatment for?
Multiple myeloma. Cancer, plasma cancer.
Mm-hmm. Ouch.
Yeah, I've been out of work. I've been out of work. I'm recovering from surgery. At this point right here, the prognosis is good, but I'll be getting a transplant, and it's going to keep me out of work for probably another 3 or 4 months.
A bone marrow?
So. Not bone marrow, actually stem cells. They're going to harvest some of my stem cells, pack them in the freezer for a while, and then we're going to, you've probably heard the process where they go in and do the stem cell transplant, yeah.
Wow. How old are you?
54.
Well, you sound pretty upbeat and chipper, so you've kept your attitude.
Blessed.
You kept your attitude.
Yes.
Which is, as I hear the rumor that's a lot of fighting it, is the attitude. So
yes.
It's the only shot you got anyway, so you might as well try it. Man, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you're working your way through this. The answer is either one's okay. I want you to spend all your energy on beating cancer. I don't really care where the money is. You can pile it up in a big old pile in the corner of the bedroom if you want. I don't care. But I probably wouldn't. But... But, I mean, if you put it into a money market, it's still going to be there. But if you put it into a Roth IRA and your wife is the beneficiary on the Roth IRA, she has no trouble accessing it. It goes straight to her if you passed.
Okay.
Instantaneously. It's outside of the estate. It has nothing to do with probating the will or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better.
Yeah, you name a beneficiary on your retirement accounts and it goes straight to the person. It's not up for grabs. It's not up for somebody wanted to sue and say it's not in the will. Doesn't matter. It's beneficiary.
Okay.
Beneficiary holds trump card. That's it. They get it. It's like life insurance. The beneficiary gets it.
Oh, okay.
Beneficiary gets it straight away.
So, like minimum distributions isn't going to be a problem?
Doesn't have anything to do with it. No, it's an inherited IRA. It's different rules.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's awesome. That's exactly what I was looking for then. So either way is a good way.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going Roth if I'm you, because it works if you make it and it works if you doesn't make it.
Yep.
Okay. You know.
And I mean, this works out, then we just keep working the plan and okay. All right.
Yeah,
well,
it doesn't leave her in a lurch if something happens to you. Do you have life insurance?
Yes.
Good. How much?
Yeah. I think mine is $250,000 because I had some medical issues before I got the policy.
How long you been married?
And 15 years.
How's she doing?
She's doing great.
Okay.
She's doing great. She's been. I haven't been able to do anything. I can't drive. She has to take care of. She has to drive me everywhere. So she's just been a trooper through the whole thing, and still doing her job. And we've got two. I got 2 teenagers. Yeah. So.
All right. I want you to call me in 5 years and tell me you beat it. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Look forward to hearing from you. God bless. Open phones at 888-825-5225. See, personal finance involves cancer and gambling addictions.
Yeah.
Life happens right in the middle of your money.
Yeah.
It does. These things that we teach do not happen in a vacuum.
No.
Where you live in some little unicorn perfect world with Skittles.
And it's interesting. We heard the wife of the gambler. He's scared, shaken, confused, and then we hear the voice of this man who has cancer and is fighting for his life, and he's got peace. It's pretty interesting stuff, and a lot of that has to do with his financial situation, plus just his personal faith and the way he's lived his life. It really is.
Spiritual walk.
Yeah, I mean, he's facing a real battle there, and he has tremendous confidence and just blessed is what he said. What a difference that contrast is.
Fastest growing addiction right now in America, online porn. Second fastest growing addiction, online gambling. And you guys that are using up your family's money playing sports book and you think you're cute, you're not a freaking teenager. Be a man and don't screw up your life. Get some help. This is The Ramsey Show. Ken Coleman, Ramsey Personality, is my co-host today. In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions on the debt-free stage, Andrew and Shannon are with us. Hey, guys, how are you?
We're doing great. We're so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
We're honored. We're excited to have you. Where do you guys live?
We live just outside of Houston, near John Deloney's area in Santa Fe, Texas.
Well, you're welcome anyway. John Deloney's area. He's now renamed Houston to the John Deloney area. That's power right there. Hey, guys, how much debt did you pay off?
About $57,000.
Awesomeness. And how long did that take?
Well, it mostly took about 14 months.
Okay. And your range of income during that time?
Started at about $64,000 and ended at about $120,000.
Whoa, nice doubling. What do y'all do for a living?
Andrew is active duty Coast Guard, and I am a financial administrator at Arcadia First Baptist Church.
Cool. Thanks for your service, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good stuff. What kind of debt was this $57,000?
Well, about $34,000 was my student loans. I had a little bit of bachelor's degree and my MBA in accounting, and then we had about $17,000 in a truck and about a little over $4,000 in credit cards.
Okay, you were kind of normal.
Little bit. We've always tried to keep our budget on his, but let me tell you, it's been a roller coaster.
It's a thing. And how long y'all been married?
We've been married for almost 17 years.
Very cool. Okay, so something changed dramatically about a year and a half ago. What happened?
Well, a little bit farther back than that, we had our had it moment. We were just done with putting our money everywhere else, and we were just tired of it. And so finally, we actually watched the reset for 2021, and that's when we put all our chips in, and we're like, we gotta finish this because I'm done just dragging this out. So we had a little bit in savings, and so we put that on the truck, and that just helped that snowball just roll and go faster and faster and faster. And I started at this job back in August, so it totally made a huge difference in our income.
Yeah, like doubled it.
Yeah, it made a big, big difference. So that helped us just really go towards the finish line.
Very cool. Way to go, you guys. So you were kind of messing around the edges of it, but then Reset said, okay, reset.
Exactly.
We're after COVID, we're going.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
I like it. Very good. And 14 months later, you're done.
Absolutely.
It took you 17 years to do that 14 months.
Yeah, we had some stupid in the beginning.
Hey, I've done a lot of it, so I know what it looks like. Good for y'all.
Thank
Proud
you.
of you. Very well done.
Well, I got to ask a question because I get this a lot on the Ken Coleman Show. People go, hey, I want to change jobs, but I'm in the baby steps. Can I do it? And you are the model.
Oh,
you changed
absolutely.
jobs, leveled up big time during the baby steps. I want you to speak directly to those people who are scared of that. What would you say to those people if you were having lunch with them?
Absolutely. That was, listening to you, Ken, was a big change for me. I was working, just trying to get the best next job. And I'm like, I need to know my worth. I need to take time for myself and really get to know myself. And then God really the Holy Spirit brought me to this church, and it really, it changed our lives forever. And I'm so grateful for it. It was so funny. He took me in, 3 different directions, 8 minutes north of my house, 8 minutes south, and then finally 8 minutes west. And that's where I work every day, and I love it. I have the best team, and having the best work culture, it has ruined me forever, but I love it. I love where I work, and having that sweet spot is absolutely the best way to describe it. I'm right exactly where I need to be, doing exactly what I want to do. So
that's awesome. So it is possible. You can change jobs while paying off debt.
Absolutely. In fact,
especially when you get a raise. Hello.
That's the whole point, right?
Right. It made a huge difference.
Good for you.
So praise God for that.
Yeah, well done. All right, Andrew, so your accounting wife
yes, sir,
comes walking in and goes, okay, game on. Or did you say we're game on? Or how did this work out?
She had been talking about it and hinting at it, and we were on a road trip, and we were talking about finances, and I was just watching all of our money go in, all of our money go out, and I was tired of it. I was just done.
So you were ready. I'm out of here. I'm done.
Yes, sir.
This is it. We're changing this thing.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool.
And now we're teaching our kids, we don't go into debt. This is how we do our life. If you don't have money in your little, savings account, you're not spending it.
Amen. There we go. Gosh, I hope those kids are congressmen someday.
They're too smart for that.
Amen to that.
Well done, you guys. Well done. What do you tell people the key to getting out of debt is?
I think my biggest thing has been self-control. When Rachel talks about putting it in the cart and just leaving it there, that's been the biggest thing, is just not to press, the cart button. But that self-control has really been the biggest key, and communicating every little teeny tiny thing, even if you're just getting a pack of gum, right? It's just being on the same page on everything is so big.
It's a big deal. Well, very well done, you guys. We're proud of you. Excellent job. Good stuff. Who are your biggest cheerleaders?
We kept it kind of quiet. We had some people like, oh, you can't do that. I mean, how many times do you hear that?
Yeah, that just spurs you on, right?
Oh, exactly. Let me prove you wrong, right? His mom was a really big cheerleader. She's been listening to you for years, and I have really great coworkers that have just been like, yes, you can do this. And yeah, it's just trying to surround yourself with positive people has just been a game changer.
Yeah. Well, good job, you guys. Very, very cool. Got a copy of Baby Steps Millionaires for you. That's the next chapter in your story for sure.
Thank you so much.
You're going to be millionaires now.
Yes, sir.
I'm
That's
ready.
pretty cool.
I'm ready.
Yes.
It's on the way. I can see it. It's in the math. And also a copy of Total Money Makeover for you to give away and stir up a ruckus with somebody. When they hear your story, they're going to want to know how you did that. And you can say, read this.
Yeah, we've already passed it on, and we thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And we've got a copy of, we're also going to give you a gift card for Every Dollar and Financial Peace University as a part of the Ramsey Plus subscription for 1 year.
Thank you.
And you can give that away, or you guys can go back through it, or you can lead it, or do whatever you need to do. Life is good. Proud of you guys.
Thank you.
All right, what are the kids' names and ages?
We have the oldest, he's 15, this is James, and the middle is Wyatt, and he's 12 almost, and this is Thomas, he's 7, and let me tell you about the grocery bill, Ken.
Oh, yeah. You're just getting started. Wait till these two guys here get into teen years.
And they're all playing football. Oh my goodness.
That's good.
Yeah, that means they're going to put on
boys,
weight.
More steak and more milk. Okay, trust me on that.
You just upped their grocery bill, Ken. Oh, they can afford it. They're debt free. I like it. All
That's
right.
right.
Andrew and Shannon, James, Wyatt, and Thomas from Houston, Texas, John Deloney country. $57,000 paid off in 14 months. Making 64 to 120. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
1, 2, 3. We're debt-free!
Yeah! so interesting. I've had a front row seat. You've had a front row seat for decades now, watching people change their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, you go along 15 years of marriage, and then a year and a half ago, they said,
yeah,
no more.
Yeah.
No more. We're not going to live like this anymore. And they just made a decision. And, Shannon's got all the accounting background. Andrew's got the military discipline. And, we're not doing this anymore. And we just decided. And so if you've been married 25 years, you can decide. Starting right now. Ready, set, go. You've been married 25 minutes, you can decide. Ready, set, go. Right now. Right now. The point is, if you're hearing this at this moment, this means it's your moment. Now. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Right now. You can decide to change your life. But I can't decide for you, or I would have already done it. You have to do it. You get to decide. You're free. You get to decide to stay stupid or change. We all make these choices. This is the Ramsey Show. Ken Coleman, Ramsey Personality, is my co-host today. Justin is in Waco. Hi, Justin. How are you?
Pretty good, Dave. How are you and Ken doing today?
Better than we deserve, sir. How can we help?
Well, I appreciate you guys taking my call and appreciate your service for what you guys do out there, and just to take a little bit of time to talk to me today. I'm going to try to articulate as best as I can the question I have, but basically we found a home last September in the area, and it was just a lot, and it was going to be built up with a custom home, local builder here, not too big. And here we are today, nearly 7 months later, and we're right at the end where we're supposed to close and sign closing documents tomorrow. But the house is not yet 100% complete, nor has a certificate of occupancy been issued to the house. And so the realtor and the lender I'm dealing with, everyone just kind of, I feel like there's a lot of miscommunication with the builder. They just got the appraisal last Friday. So I'm just wondering, for the sake of myself, my wife, and my two kids, we were supposed to close last month, but we've been pushing it. Now we are, completely out of our prior lease and staying in a hotel in the hopes of closing this week. Should I go and sign the closing documents, even though the house, there's still some work to be done from what I can see. It's not got the CO yet. So I don't know if that made sense.
What's it take to get a CO where you can move in?
Basically, like the mechanicals, the HVAC, those issues. From what I can see,
wait a minute, that didn't make sense. You're telling me it doesn't have HVAC?
No, it does. It does have HVAC. You in terms of what it takes to get a CO, that's my understanding is
just the inspection?
Basically, yeah. And they need to seal the floors. There's concrete floors in the house.
To get a CO?
Basically, yeah, I guess that's a finished floor. That counts as a finished floor, so.
Yeah, but I'm not sure they have to, depends on code, I guess. But what I want to know is exactly what it takes to get a CO and when that's going to be completed.
They say that it's supposed to be completed Wednesday, but,
if you've got a CO, then you close.
Okay.
Now, how much other work, non-CO required work, is outstanding?
There's a sunroom that's attached to the house, a glass paneled sunroom that he said would be done last weekend, but it's getting pushed to next weekend, he says. there's just little minor work.
What's the total price of the house?
$352.
Okay. What's the sunroom worth?
$12,000.
Okay. All right. So if you can get a CO, you're ready to close. Now, as far as the other repairs go, standard procedure would be to escrow money till he gets the work done.
Mm-hmm.
That you hold out of the proceeds, $50,000 until he gets this $50,000 worth of miscellaneous stuff done, and then it would be released to him.
That's what the lender said, exactly, yeah.
That's standard. I got no problem with that. I would not close until you got a CO, though.
Okay.
Because the problem is that if you close and it's 6 months before you get a CO, what the crap are you going to do?
Yeah, that's what I just have never been in this situation before. We've dealt with a prior builder that was, a larger builder, throughout North America, whereas this house has just been totally different. We haven't done a walkthrough yet, so I don't know. I just want to kind of protect myself. And
it sounds like they need to put the closing off another week.
Okay.
Get the CO, get a walkthrough, and establish the amount that you're going to hold in escrow for the non-CO repair items.
Okay.
Punch list stuff. If it's minor punch stuff and you trust the guy, you don't worry about it. But it sounds like you got some major punch going on here.
I don't know. It sounds like his. Yeah, I really don't know, but I think maybe you're right. Maybe holding off another week, to let them knock out some more.
If you can get it all done by Wednesday, a CO, a walkthrough, the escrow amount established, you can still do it. I don't care if you do it, but I've got a feeling that CO is not going to be done Wednesday based on the way you're hesitating and moving, and you don't think it's going to be done Wednesday.
I mean, that's what the builder said, but like I said, this has been, ongoing. For this, I know that these things can be delayed, but we were supposed to close April 16th, and we're in May. But if I can maybe finagle him to do it all on Wednesday, that'd be great. Because like I said, we're in a hotel, we're kind of in limbo, and I just don't want to prolong.
I don't mind you moving in. I don't mind you moving in with a punch list and an undone sunroom. I want to escrow some money for all of it because I want his feet held to the fire to get the work done.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Absolutely.
and but the CO, man, you can't move in it, and you're paying payments on it after you close it.
Exactly. That's what my understanding was of closing. So
as soon as you close it, you get the clock. The clock starts ticking on the old payments, brother. So we're not going to be paying payments on something that's not got a CO that I can't live in.
Okay. All right. Well, that gives me some more confidence.
So no CO, no close. Once there's a CO, you can work out the walkthrough, you can work out the escrow, and then you can close. And that might be Wednesday, it might be Thursday, it might be Friday, it might be next Wednesday. I don't know. Depends on that. But you just tell the builder, no CO, no close.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. God bless you guys.
Thank you, man. Sorry you're facing this. It's a lot of stress. And you moved out of his house. Oh, God. Well, and the problem is stuff like glass is still they're still having trouble getting it. Mm-hmm. It might be 4 months before he gets it.
Yeah.
And so, I don't mind that if your sunroom isn't operational. Well, that's first world problems, right? Can't live in the house. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Right? That's a different thing. But, sheesh. It's this is all about supply chain and labor.
Yeah.
Unless the builder's just a bad guy, but I think it's probably supply chain and labor. All right, Bo's with us in San Antonio. Hey, Bo, what's up?
Hey, how are you, Dave?
Better than we deserve. How can we help?
All right. So my question is, with my family are looking to buy a house, right? So we have a pretty good emergency fund at $20,000. We have about $20,000 saved up. We don't have any debt, and
your phone's breaking up. You're going to have to stand still and speak direct into it. We can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good deal. So like I said, we don't have any debt. We own a camper, so we stay in that, and we got 3 little ones. But there's 4 beds, and it's comfortable living, But my question is it the right time to buy a house with inflation in the economy going the way it is? And also, I work in the oil field, so my pay fluctuate a little bit. Like I paid around $200, and then on the low end it's like $4,200.
Yeah. Well, they're going to go, if you're in the oil field, they're going to go off your W-2 if you're paid on a payroll. The mortgage company is. If you're not and you're on a 1099, they're going to go off your tax returns and 2 years average of your tax returns. They don't care about the monthly fluctuation. They're looking at what did you make in the year? What did you make in the last 2 years by the year? And that'll qualify you for the mortgage or not. As far as whether it's good time to buy a house, it's a wicked weird time to buy a house, that's for sure. And a lot of weird things going on, but you can, as long as you don't get caught up in the fever and pay too much for something and go crazy, getting some bidding war or something out of control, that's fine. But I bought a house last October in the middle of this. And so, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And, but the big trick in this market is don't be dealing with an amateur. Don't be dealing with some kind of beginning real estate agent. Get a high-quality real estate agent because this is not amateur hour. I mean, you want to have a pro in your corner. And just go to RamseySolutions.com and click on ELP for a Ramsey trusted, endorsed local provider for real estate. They'll help you walk you through this. And I probably would if I was living in a camper, man. I think I understood that's what you said. And you may think that's comfortable. I got a feeling your wife isn't as enthused as you are. Could be wrong, though. This is The Ramsey Show. Dave here. You can find all of our shows with the Ramsey Network app on your smartphone. It's the only place to listen to the entire back catalog of episodes. Download the Ramsey Network app in your favorite app store today. This is The Ramsey Show. You can be intentional about your character. You can have money and a career. You are the hero in your story. Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's The Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. Ken Coleman, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author of the book From Paycheck to Purpose, host of The Ken Coleman Show, is my co-host today as we answer your questions about doing work you love, about building wealth, and about creating actual amazing relationships. Open phones here at 888-825-5225. Paca is going to start this hour off, if I can get the right dadgum number pulled up here. There we go. In Hawaii. Hey, Paca, what's up?
Hey, how's it?
Better than we deserve, brother. Is it Paca? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Cool. How can we help?
Well, I kind of have a business in Hawaii, and I live in Southern California. I go back to Hawaii like once a month, but I had a competitor reach out to me that wants to, buy my company, and I don't know if I should sell the company, and then I can go right up the baby steps, and I'd be pretty set. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I should do that or not because I've been kind of self-employed. I've been self-employed for a long time. You know what I mean? So going in and working for somebody because there's a job attached to that, that acquisition, right?
How long? Did they say how long they want you to work for them?
No, I mean, it's not so much how long, but like a couple years, there's some good money too that they want to pay. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I should just go back so I have a house in Hawaii and then I have a house in Southern California. My family's in Southern California. I go back, like next week I'm going back to Hawaii. Right now I'm in Southern California and I work the business because Hawaii was real bad with COVID. So we moved out because I was working kind of remotely. So I moved out to Southern California. And I just go back and work the business and kind of work remotely and stuff. So that's getting kind of old with my, me leaving my family and stuff too, yeah. So that's why I'm kind of tempted to, maybe do this deal. So I don't know. Just trying to get some advice. I found out about.
Yeah,
Dave
I'm just
from my
curious.
father-in-law.
Paint the financial picture for Dave and I if you were to sell. Okay, and so based on what you clear, how much they're offering to pay you, because there's no contract, sounds like, on how long they want you to pay. So give us the financial picture, short term.
Well, basically, they gave me a proposal, so it would be about 2.2 mil is what I would get, and then the job is like 150 to 200, depending. And then, with that money, after I pay the taxes and everything else, I could pay the 2 houses off, because the 2 houses I own, I'm renting them right now because I'm renting myself. So I'm renting the 2 houses for $4,500 each. The one in California is $4,500, and so that'll be $9,000 with those things cleared, and I'll probably be making like 12.
How old are you?
With, I'm 36.
Okay. So when you're 66, what do you want to be doing?
I don't know. This business is really stressful. I'm already, I'm pretty stressed out about it, especially not doing it kind of remotely too. But it does make money, though. I built it. I'm proud of it. It's a part of me. That's why it's hard to.
What'd you make on it last year? Profit?
I paid myself $100,000 as a employee, and then the company nets as an S corporation that I pay taxes that pass through to me to about 300. The gross is about one.
Do you want to stay in Southern California or stateside, or do you want to go back to Hawaii long term?
Well, the job would be in Hawaii, and the reason we came to stateside was because the schools are not that good in Hawaii, and I have 3 kids, and I'm married.
I know. That's why I asked you. What do you want to do long term? Do you think you want to be in Hawaii, or do you want to be stateside?
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I got out of Hawaii because Hawaii is great. It's a great place, but just like there's more opportunity at stateside.
Man, you're a dog chasing its tail.
I'm telling you, your tone says you want to stay out of Hawaii. Your tone. Your words don't say that. Your words sound wishy-washy, but your entire posture, I can hear it over the phone, means no Hawaii. And so I think another option is if these guys want this business and you don't want to work it and you don't want to go back to Hawaii, right, then say, hey, give me the option without me working for you. See what they say. I think you've got that option.
I could get a broker and just put it on the block, And
I don't think you're going to get this much for it. If it's making $300,000, it's not worth 2.2. Yeah, if they're going to give you 2.2, they're giving you cash on the barrelhead for it.
Well, it's the way the industry works, Dave. It's a recurring monthly revenue business. So, we have security agreements, and then they're obligated to pay that. So, they pay.
How are you getting your money? Up front or in payments?
People that pay us on the sale, they would pay us up front with a holdback of like 10 or 15% after the first year.
Okay, so you're going to get 2.2 minus 10 or 15%, and then you work there for 2 years, and you can control the holdback by working there.
Well, it's the attrition of losing the customers or not. So we have a base of customers that pay us on a monthly or
annually. But if there's holdback, you could lose the holdback and your job, but that's the worst case scenario.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. And what do you do for a living? What's the business?
It's a security company, so we do fire alarms,
okay.
And alarms.
All right. So you go sell the thing, and then you come to Southern California. What keeps you from doing something else with your life for the rest of your life? What do you want to do?
I don't know if I want to do this industry, but that's just what I know,
Yeah, but you know more than that. You're not limited to that industry. You're an entrepreneur. You know how to sell something. You know how to serve what you're selling. Yeah. Don't limit yourself. You've got options here, but everything about you says you don't want to do this long term. So
I'm selling it.
I would too,
and I would limit my stay on for 1 year. Because I don't think it's worth 2.2 based on what you're telling me, and I'll take 2.2 gladly. Get out of Dodge, work there 1 year, get your holdbacks dropped, and you can by working there you can make sure the customers retain, which is what they're after, and then you're done. And you need a freaking plan for what you do with the rest of your life then.
Yeah.
Okay, and you do need to think about that. But I think you're done with this thing. A, you got a great deal. B, you don't want to do it. C, you don't want to go back to Hawaii. Sell the stinking thing. All right? Now, figure out what you're going to do because you're only 36 years old. You're not exactly retiring on this.
And he's got a house he can sell in Hawaii.
Yeah, since you're not going back.
So he's got a good start. I think here's the quick advice for someone like this. What did he enjoy about the work he's done so far? And then we get a list of those things. It's a function issue. Okay, I really like doing this kind of work, whether it's people work, idea work, process work, thing work, right?
Does the survey help him?
Yeah, the Get Clear Career Assessment. Hang on the line. We'll give you that, so you can kind of chart your future, and we'll give you that, plus the book Paycheck to Purpose, the guide up the mountain.
Get Clear Assessment. You need that. You need to get clear. Big time. Hold on. Kelly will pick up. We'll give that to you as a gift. Well, if you've taken Financial Peace University, you know it's life-changing. But it's hard to watch your friends, your family struggle with money when you know that there's hope that it can be done. Now you can help them change their family tree just like you did when you give them a Ramsey Plus gift card. It bundles everything that they need to win with money in one gift. The gift card includes Financial Peace University, a year of the premium version of Every Dollar, and now we've also included and added unlimited group coaching from our team of financial coaches. So if you could pay for these separately, it would cost you over $500. But for the month of May only, you can get a Ramsey Plus gift card, Financial Peace University, Every Dollar, and coaching, all included, just $99. That's known as a deal. This summer, share the hope you've discovered by giving a Ramsey Plus gift card. Just visit RamseySolutions.com/gift. That's RamseySolutions.com/gift. It's the easiest and best way to give Financial Peace University. Blinds.com gives us our question of the day. They've got a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means even if you mismeasure, you pick the wrong color, they'll remake your blinds for free. You get free samples, free shipping, and with the new promos they run every month, you'll save even more. Use the promo code Ramsey to get the best deal.
Today's question comes from Jennifer in New York. I'm a registered nurse and also a new mom to a wonderful 6-month-old son. Currently, I'm working my dream job, making $75,000 a year. To speed up our debt snowball, I took a position as a part-time travel nurse on the weekends, bringing home an extra $8,000 per month. Is that what that is? But I'm working 70 hours a week. I left my dream job for another travel nurse assignment. If I left my dream job for another travel nurse assignment, I'd make triple my salary working just 3 days per week. Should I leave on good terms to raise my income and accelerate the baby steps and hope that my dream job company will hire me back in a few years when I don't want to do travel nursing anymore? Well, now, this is a very personal opinion here. I don't know what Dave thinks, but I would take the opportunity now. I think if you leave well and you explain why you're leaving because of a very clear goal of getting through the debt snowball and the baby steps faster. Nurses, we have a large amount of nurses that have burned out and are leaving the industry. And so I don't think that you're going to have a problem getting back on with that company down the line. I would take the opportunity now to knock out the baby steps quicker.
Yeah, very few companies have the policy that we have at Ramsey. We almost never rehire.
That's correct.
We do, but it's very, very, very rare.
Yeah.
99% of the time we don't. And because the reason you left is the reason that you'll leave again. And so we don't do revolving doors around here, but very few companies take that stand. So, that's the thing. You got to decide, if you couldn't get back on with that company, can you find something that looks a lot like your dream job? Probably.
And I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, I think you can. The only thing I'm worried about here, Ken, is, travel nursing with a 6-month-old?
Yeah, but it's only 3 days a week. So she's tripling her salary and only working 3 days a week, whereas right now she's working 70 hours a week with the main nursing job and the extra
travel, yeah.
So she's going to have more time with kiddo, triple the money, speeding up the baby steps. Look, to me, I'd take it. It's an opportunity to fast forward some things, and then she's going to have a lot of options.
Yeah, the other thing is, if you get out there and you're miserable, you can look for a job.
That's correct.
I mean,
I don't see any risk here.
It's not permanent, because travel nursing is generally a temporary thing.
That's correct.
Most people don't make a career out of that, and that's part of the industry. Is there's a lot of come and go there, or part of that part of the industry, so to speak. So, I've laughed over the years how people have tried to call me and the growth of Ramsey Solutions here an overnight success. If you work your butt off for 30 years, you're an overnight success, right? And I've done enough stupid to know that overnight success is too short and too shallow to produce anything with momentum and with meaning. And a few years ago, we developed a way of thinking around Ramsey called the Momentum Theorem. Focused intensity over time multiplied by God equals unstoppable momentum. I've taught that lesson in leadership settings all over America, and to business leaders and to everyone else, that the momentum theorem, it is how you create unstoppable momentum. I've taught it to EntreLeadership for years, and I've taught it to our team. Matter of fact, when you when you do your first year anniversary with Ramsey, we celebrate by giving you a coin with the momentum theorem on it. That's how much we think of this idea. This is where momentum comes from. But you can have momentum in everything, not just your career, not just your business. You can have it in leadership and marriage and parenting, health, finances, faith. And when you don't have momentum, I mean, that's why your life looks like a country song, I mean, it's like you are better than you look right then. And when you got momentum, you're not as good as you look, because you look great. I mean, when you're in the flow, when things are working, and so momentum is a real thing. So we finally put all this down. Our publishing team said I had to do it, and so I sat down and wrote a Ramsey quick read, which is a whole, what is this thing, a whole 43 pages long. So you read it in, 20 or 30 minutes or something. It's a pamphlet, literally. I mean, it's a glorified pamphlet, but it's the Momentum Theorem is out. We just got them in, and you can get a copy of it at RamseySolutions.com, $10, and it's worth $10 for sure.
That's not a pamphlet. That's
43 pages of pamphlet, but I mean it's pretty thin, Ken. Look at that. I mean, there's not much there.
I can't believe I'm arguing with you about the value. It doesn't matter. It's chock full of goodness. 40 pages on momentum.
If there's one idea in there, it's worth 10 freaking bucks. Okay, but if you think you're getting a deal out of it for the thickness of it, you're going to be incredibly disappointed, because it's pretty thin.
This is perfect for 2022. People don't want to read thick books as much as they used to. They still do, but not as much.
Don't tell them.
Well, it's what the data says. That's perfect. Look at that. 43 pages to change your momentum in any area of your life. $10.
Which parts of your life are stuck and need a big boost of mojo?
That's
good marketing writing.
Mojo for $10?
Yeah. Oh, hey, there you go. Cup of mojo. That's what I need. All right, the Momentum Theorem is out. It's $10. Another Ramsey quick read. Enough of that silliness. This is the Ramsey Show. Joseph's in the Woodlands, Texas. Hey, Joseph, how are you?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Ken. How are you guys doing today?
Great, man. How can we help?
Well, sir, first of all, I want to say thank you. My wife and I got married 8 years ago. We jumped on your plan right away. We paid off $146,000 of student loan debt. We cash flowed 3 cars, have our emergency fund, and $15,000 extra in the bank thanks to you, and a real bright future. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
So my question has to do with baby step 3B. My wife and I currently rent a house from our family for a discounted rate just because they wanted to be a blessing to us, which we're grateful for. They've expressed to us that in about 3 years, when they retire, they're going to want to charge the full market value for it. And we're seeing that as a window for us to start saving for a house. I just took a new job. I'm making about $91,000 this year. It's base pay plus commission. So I think in my second year and moving forward, I'll make between $115,000 and $130,000 a year. So my question is, how would you approach investing while saving? Would you postpone investing while stockpiling cash for a down payment or as much as we can for the house? And just what would Dave do?
Well, we call it baby step 3B. When you finish baby step 3 and you have your emergency fund, before you start investing in baby step 4, sometimes first-time home buyers like you will pause temporarily their investing in order to save up a down payment very, very quickly. And that's an okay thing. It's part of the system that we teach if you choose to do that. Sometimes people choose to invest 15% and then just save the money anyway for a down payment. So I wouldn't go much longer than 3 years, but it sounds like you don't have that as an option anyway. Is everybody going to boot you out? So it's a good thing. Yeah. Maybe put it on hold for 2 years and see how big a pile of cash you can come up with for your down payment, and then buy a 15-year fixed rate mortgage where the payment's no more than a fourth of your take-home pay. And that's a classic baby step 3B scenario. This is The Ramsey Show. Ken Coleman, Ramsey Personality, is my co-host today as we answer your questions about your life and your money. Alan and Renu are with us on the line in Denver, Colorado. It says on my screen you guys are debt-free. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very cool. How much did you pay off?
$122,956 over 9 years in our home. That was the final payout amount.
Wow, that's your house and everything.
House and everything, yes, sir.
Woo! Yes. Way to go. And your range of income during that 9 years?
$150,000 a year.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. All right, good. Good. So tell me your story. What happened here?
Okay, so we've been saving for our house all along and been paying that down rapidly. But then I got an inheritance from my mom and dad, so in order to honor them, I used a good part of that to pay off our house.
Okay, very cool. So you've made $150 along the way the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. So I got to ask, why did it take 9 years to pay off $123,000, making $150?
Well, the original. That was the loan balance at the time when I got the inheritance.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that's the last chop on the tree. So what was the loan balance when you started 9 years ago?
$256,000.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so we paid off $256,000 over 9 years. The final payment resulting from the inheritance.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry for the loss of your mom and dad.
Oh, that's okay. It was their time. Thank you very much.
Wow, very cool. Yeah. So it's so what put you guys on this journey? Tell me about it.
I've been following you for 10 years. I've had the opportunity to meet you a couple of times.
He absolutely follows you. He does all the cash envelope system, and that's what we have been working on it. And we never have anything. We never buy anything on debt. Even cars, if we want to buy it, we pay cash. So we don't buy anything on debt.
Ah, fun. Okay, good. Good. Well, it does sound like he's following me then. That's good. Following what we teach.
Absolutely.
So what do you tell people the key to getting out of debt is? You've been doing this a long time.
To live on less than you make and to always make sure you're saving something. Stay out of debt.
That's
That's
it.
not our friend.
That's it. Well, very fun.
Yep.
Well, congratulations. Who were your biggest cheerleaders as you were going along?
Oh, each other, and then my co-patriot I do the classes with.
Oh, you've been leading Financial Peace University classes.
several of it. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. I bet you're an incredible coordinator.
Oh, yeah. So I'm curious, how much has the class and leading those classes, how much did that spur you on? Because to take the house out, I mean, that's a big deal, and you've done it. I'm just curious how much that accountability and guiding and instructing and encouraging others helped you all get where you are.
It made sure that we just stayed focused and kept working on getting our house paid down and not getting into any debt.
It's that simple, isn't it?
And
yeah.
It's that simple.
Well done. Very well done. Well, we've got a copy of Baby Steps Millionaires for you. That is definitely the next chapter in you guys' story. What's this house worth, guys?
About $800,000 now.
Wow. Very good. And how much is in your retirement investments?
About $900,000.
So you're worth almost $2 million. Congratulations, Baby Steps Millionaire. Well done.
Thank you.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Was it worth it?
Feel good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, good.
Every penny.
Well, we've got a copy of of Total Money Makeover. I'm sure you can find somebody to give that away with the classes, and we'll also give you another 1-year subscription to to Ramsey Plus, to Financial Peace University, and Every Dollar, and I'm sure you can find a nice home for that, someone that's deserving and needs to go through the class. So you can keep spreading the love out there, man. Thank you for teaching the class, and we're so proud of you guys. Well done. Very well done. All right, Alan and Renu in Denver, Colorado, making $150 for 9 years, paid off $256,000 down to $123,000, and then knocked that out. Final lick with an inheritance worth a couple $1 million. Baby Steps Millionaires. They've been doing this stuff for a decade. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. We're debt-free.
Yeah! Way to go, you guys! Woo-hoo-hoo! So proud of you. Excellent work. Wow, that guy's a whole package.
Yeah. I mean, just done it all. You know, it's amazing when you hear these stories of folks that don't just get the baby steps and live it out, but then while they're doing it, they're instructing and guiding others. As one of our FPU coordinators, that's always special.
Very cool. Andy is with us in Orlando. Dadgummit, I'm hitting the wrong button every time here. Andy's with us in Orlando. Hey, Andy, what's up?
Hi, hello, sir. I was actually calling to say thank you. I found the Dave Ramsey Show as a 14-year-old high school freshman who had recently moved to the U.S. from Venezuela, and it forever changed my life.
Wow.
I was a first-generation immigrant. My parents were struggling financially, and I had no clue how to get into college, much less how to afford it. And I worked my way through it. I found scholarships and worked on breaks. I found my path with the Dave Ramsey Show, and my goal was to go to college debt-free. And now I'm writing this, forever thankful, doing better than I deserve. I recently graduated from Stetson University with a dual degree in digital arts and business administration in 3 years, summa cum laude, and most importantly, completely debt-free.
Wow.
Rock star.
Good for you. You're on fire,
Thank you.
kiddo. I'm proud of you. Awesome. Good work. Good work. So how much of your tuition to do debt-free to get a BA and to get a business degree and liberal arts degree, how much of that was scholarships and how much of it was hard work from you getting a job?
Yeah, so, well, for a year, it's about $50,000. Half of it I got through merit scholarships, and then half of it was a work-study scholarship program that we do community service with the community, and we work every week, and they pay us for the week, stuff like that. And then on top of that, also odd jobs during breaks and some odd jobs during specific semesters, stuff like that. But yeah, so I would say 50% of it completely merit scholarships, 50% like work-study program scholarship, and work.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
And 100% grit.
Yeah.
She's got grit.
Yeah. 50% scholarships, 50% work, and 100% grit.
Right.
I like it. Andy, you're amazing. I'm so proud of you. What are you going to do? What kind of business are you going into?
Yeah, so it's to dual degree in digital arts and business administration. So I'm thinking, looking for a job for now in graphic design, and doing freelancing on the side. But yeah, just looking for next options right now, next opportunities.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to have any trouble at all. You are what's known as a go-getter. I'm so proud of you. Very, very cool. Hey, thanks for calling in with that story and letting people know it can be done, because it can be done. You know, it requires a lot of chutzpah, a lot of guts to lean in and go do that stuff. But here she stands 100% debt-free with a degree.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously we had a little bit to do with it, and we showed her how and made her know it could be done. But that's a lot different than somebody who's so lazy that they don't even think about how they're going to pay for school. And they just go sign up for student loans, and then they whine about the fact they're $200,000 in student loan debt like somebody did something to them.
Can't teach hunger. She's hungry for a better life. She's hungry for a contribution.
Yeah.
And you can hear it. And
she's what Les Brown calls hungry.
Yeah, that's right.
Hungry.
Yeah, that's
you spell
good.
that a little different. This is the Ramsey Show. Our scripture of the day, Luke 6:31, however you wish to be treated by others is how you should treat everyone else. Angela Earhart said, everyone talks about building a relationship with your customer. I think you build one with your employees first. Treat other people like you want to be treated. It's pretty much our HR manual around here. We don't have much else in it. It pretty well solves most things. And by the way, it'll help you with your ethics class, too.
That's correct.
Is this correct? Is this correct business ethics? Would you want it done to you? Would you want it done to you 10x? Oh, I think you just answered your question. You know? Oh, you mean you don't like being lied to? Oh, well, there you go. Then try not lying to people. Oh, there's a weird idea.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like having stuff stolen from you? Oh, well, then try not stealing stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Flip the thing and walk about a mile in somebody else's moccasins. You suddenly got your dadgum ethics straightened out. Treat other people like you want to be treated. Jesus said it, and it works every single time. It's bothersome sometimes, though, because some people don't deserve to be treated as well as I treat myself.
Isn't that the truth? Yes.
Oh, I said that out loud. I'm going to get hate mail for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Some of you people need to grow a funny bone. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Ryan is in Portland, Oregon. Hey, Ryan, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Sure. What's up?
So I have some friends that moved to Texas. They've been pretty much telling me all about you, and I've been trying to follow your YouTube channel for the last 6 months. And they've been telling me I need to sell my cars, and I don't know if that's the wisest decision, and here's where I'm at. I own both of my cars. I just got down to owning both of these, but I currently have $17,000 in credit card debt I'm trying to get all down, and I'm about ready to have a $60,000 student loan for my wife.
Whoa. Stop. You're about to have a $60,000. How do you just grow one of those when you're trying to get out of debt?
That's funny. She's in school right now, and she's almost done with school, and that's the reason why I'm going to.
Oh, the loan's already there. It's about to come due.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. Okay.
They're telling me I need to sell these cars that I own, which I don't know if it's the smartest decision because now I own them both, and they're telling me I should sell them and try to find something cheaper.
Yeah. Are you married?
I'm just kind of curious. I am.
So she is your wife. Okay, good.
Yes.
All right. And how much are the cars worth each?
I'd say my truck's probably between 10 and 13, and my wife's SUV is probably between 8 and 10.
Okay, and what's your household income?
Right now, since she's working part-time, it's about 110.
Okay, what will she be making when she graduates and the student loans come to you?
I'm guessing she's going to be around the 75 to 100 a year.
So you're going to have a $200,000 household income, give or take, and that's coming this summer, right?
Yes, in August.
Okay, and you got a $60,000 student loan and 17 on credit cards and a couple of cars worth around $20,000.
Yes.
I agree with you, not your friends. I think you ought to keep the cars.
You think I should keep the cars?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think you need to bust your
I...
butt and pay this debt off in less than 1 year.
Less than 1 year. I was shooting for 2, but...
Why? You're making 200. Right now, you've been living on 110. You're getting right up your income all the way to 200. Why do you have to spend it all? You're not in Congress.
No, you're right. My wife's very passionate about we need to find a different place to move. We rent where we are, and
So
she
rent.
hates this place.
Well, so go rent something different.
The price is just.
Yeah. You got to get out of debt.
I know.
You need to get out
You're
of
right,
debt,
you're right.
and you're broke. You have no money.
Okay.
Broke people who buy houses become broker. That's why they call them brokers.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Please wait a year. Go rent something else. If you hate the place you're in, go rent something else that you hate even more, because renting is temporary. And get these credit cards paid off and the student loan paid off, and keep your 2 cars.
Okay.
Listen, if you do part of this advice, it don't work.
No, I agree with you. This is what I've been following. Since I've been following you for the last 6 months, I've already paid $10,000 of my debt off. And I know if I wouldn't have talked to my friends in December about this, I would have been in more debt and loaned in less. Okay. So I admire
That's before we came. That's before we came upon your insistent wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's very insistent. We need to follow this. We need to do it now. And I'm like, okay, what do we do?
Oh, she's insistent?
Oh, yes.
Okay, but except for the part about buying a house while you're still broke, right?
No, she just wants to move, whether we buy a house or rent.
Oh, good. I'm with her. I'm with her.
Where we're at, it's really inexpensive because I've been here for so long.
Well, you're living in a gross place, and she's right. You're asking your bride to live in a dump. Go rent something decent. Go rent something decent. You make $200,000.
Yeah.
I mean, this place, you were living in there before y'all got married, weren't you?
Yes.
I knew it. It's
Yeah.
a dadgum bachelor's pad.
Yeah.
Gross, man.
Disgusting.
Yeah. I've been here for almost 13 years.
Oh, it's really gross. It's super gross. Yeah, she's exactly right.
I can actually smell it from
This
here.
woman is smart.
Yeah.
She's smart. Yeah, you need to follow her lead. Go get you a decent place to rent for a year. It doesn't have to be the freaking Taj Mahal, but it's just not gross. And then work your butt off and get out of debt. Hey, I like you guys. Y'all are fun. Thanks for calling in. And hold on, I'm going to put you into Ramsey Plus with Financial Peace University, and every dollar, we're going to pay for it for the first year and get you guys in. Go through that class. Go through every detail. And I thought your wife was insisting on buying a house. That's why I was picking on her. And I misunderstood, so I was wrong. So since I was wrong, I'm going to give you stuff free. So that's pretty cool, because I'm not wrong that often.
Yeah. And if you are, you don't admit it. So this is a double whammy here. It's double. You know what?
Bonanza.
Yeah, this is crazy, folks. Somebody mark this day down in history.
Quickly.
Yeah. You know what I think is fun, Dave, is that the friends who are Ramsey folks
were wrong.
Said they were wrong, but they at least were aggressive. You know, they're like,
sell your cars.
Yeah, these people
Sell
are
your
gazelle
cars.
intense right now.
Yeah, they're like. So the rule on selling the cars is, if they're less than half your annual income and you can be debt-free in under 2 years, not counting your house, and you like your cars, you keep your cars. That's our rule. Mm-hmm. So the intense Dave Ramsey people were not following the rule.
All right.
Because he's got $110,000 getting ready to be almost $200,000 income. He's only got $20,000 worth of cars, so they're less than half. And he's only got $60,000 plus $77,000 in debt, and he could be debt-free in a year, especially with her new income kicking in, and even with a higher rent because he gets out of the gross 13-year-old bachelor pad. Ew! It's just, ooh!
Yeah.
It's a freaking science project you have your wife living in.
Oh, yeah. It is really fascinating to know the difference. I've got 2 teen boys and a teen girl, and the living conditions that men will put up with starts early. My boys basically live in squalor.
I'm telling you.
In their bathroom versus...
There are some OCD males, but most males will just live under a bridge. They just don't care.
It's true.
I mean, just get me a tent and a grungy sleeping bag, and I'm good. I mean, and guys, you really have to be reasonable with your wife. I mean, it does make a big difference on being able to play long ball on this, be able to have a long-term mentality and keep playing through, and doing that.
The moral of the story is, guys, don't let gazelle intensity make it gross. You know, there's nothing in your plan that says gross is okay.
So this guy got to keep his cars, but he lost his apartment. That's the net of the phone call.
That's true.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. He came out pretty good in this.
And Ramsey Plus.
And he got Ramsey Plus, and he got to keep his wife. And she was insistent about the proper things, not the improper things.
I think our work is done here.
Me misunderstanding. I think we can just set that one down. Good stuff. Good stuff. Orlando, I just got a report in. We're going to be there Thursday night. There is 73 tickets left.
Oh, boy.
So it is basically a sellout, but you can probably still get a ticket if you jump on there right now, Orlando. Building Wealth this Thursday night. Don't miss out. RamseySolutions.com/events. We'll be back with you before you know it. In the meantime, remember, there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.
Hey folks, Ken Coleman here. Did you know The Ramsey Show is one of the most popular podcasts in the world? Get your daily dose of advice on life and money. Check out all of our shows from The Ramsey Network wherever you listen to podcasts.